Oh, well, a good, glorious morning from Tampa, Florida. I'm at the Marriott Water Street location. And it's right across the street from another Marriott location, the JW, I think it is. But I'm here for a very special occasion. I'm here because the major cruise line develops their entertainment in this city. And today I'm going to get to see a preview of a show that doesn't even exist on a cruise ship yet. Plus, I get to see all the creative studios. I got a full behind the scenes look at Norwegian Cruise Line's entertainment operations. And fortunately, I get to take you along. I'm looking forward to it. First, we've got to go get some breakfast and see who else is here. Here we go. Here's another spectacular view. Look at that. Wow. All right, so before we go to breakfast, let me give you a quick peek at this fantastic lobby. It's really pretty in this hotel. All right, so the breakfast is in this swanky looking restaurant called Lona. It's a breakfast buffet, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna get. Like I said, I promised you we would meet people, and here's our first special guest of the day.
Tony's not Alona.
Oh, solid. Look, I feel like because you're a fairly new dad, 2 years now. I mean, that's still fairly new for someone who has 33 years of experience like I do.
It's nice.
That was a great dad joke for the 2 years in the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm honored.
What I want to know is, did you guys get some sleep and was it good?
I got so much sleep. I woke up at 6:15. I was like, this feels fantastic.
Nice.
Normally my wake up time is around like 1 to 3 a.m. So this is a blessing.
Are you guys stoked to see a little behind the scenes at Norwegian today?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am super excited. You guys got to stay along. They have some surprises for us throughout this thing. I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. But
cool shows.
Some cool shows. Oh, she's ready.
Look, it wasn't AI. We're actually here together. They're here to take us to breakfast. We got to quit fooling around. Let's go. Here's a little look at the breakfast buffet. Holy moly, this spread looks good. Of course, I'm down here all on the savory stuff, but sweet fans, do not be despaired. Wow. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Welcome to my hotel room. This is 2306. Look at me casually closing the toilet lid. This is a nice room. I wish cruise cabins were this size, but I'll just give you a quick scan. Everything that you need. Of course, you got a fridge and a nice desk, cool seating area. Get the bed. Got like a whole full-size mirror and a closet. Get this nice bathroom. But yeah, pretty nice digs. Gonna work a little bit, and we'll get the show on the road in about an hour. See you then. All right, looks like the time is drawing nigh. Just finishing up my work here. Finishing up an upload of a great podcast conversation with Amsoil Adam. And I'm uploading that over at the Cruise Talk Network. So make sure you're following that for that conversation. Motorcycle guy and a cruiser. But now it's time to go. Back down to the lobby. Meet everybody at 10:15 to hop a bus to go to the NCL Creative Studio. Oh, I'm so excited. This is going to be so great. Here we go. All right, we're just gathered up down here waiting for the bus. This whole conglomeration of content creators and journalists and all kinds of stuff like that. It's almost go time. Almost go time. Bus ride has commenced. It's filled with excitement. I don't even know what we're going to see today, but yeah, we're on a bus, so here we go. To be honest, this is probably nicer than any excursion bus I've ever been on. I really feel like we get some lights and a disco ball in here, this becomes a whole different day. But maybe later this afternoon, we'll see how it goes. Promised you a special guest. Look, it's Gracie O'Connor. What's up, Gracie?
Nothing much.
Are you ready to see the latest and greatest from NCL Entertainment?
I'm so excited.
So excited.
Pretty awesome.
What do you, Griff? Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
You're so excited?
I can't hide it. I'm about to lose my mind.
Alyssa, are you so excited?
I am so excited. Look at all this contraption.
So excited seems to be the popular. Sherry, are you so excited?
Yes, so excited. This is amazing. It's like behind the scenes.
Look, everybody, it's Sherry. Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Mocha fam.
I feel like I should say hola loca fam.
Say it.
Hola loca fam.
Oh, I like it. Gracie just said we're in the Ariel room. Like Ariel, like the Little Mermaid?
No, Ariel, like Ariel.
Oh, there's a trapeze right there. Okay, hold on. It's a trapeze. That's what Ariel. Oh yeah, look at the rigging. Okay. This could be cool.
Do you think they'll let me try? You think they'll strap
Would you do it?
me? Yeah.
Yeah, if they should.
Scared.
Everybody hit the thumbs up for Gracie getting in the harness and doing the trapeze.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I have the great honor to introduce our incredible president of NCL, David Herrera.
You know when you go to corporate events, they're kind of stuffy and you have to play nice? Not here. Right? Not here at all.
Sounds good.
How many people have been here before? Okay. Mark has. Mark works here. He's been here 20 years. He's been here once or twice. If you were to sit, we have about 2,500 employees in Miami. If you were to ask them that same question, 5%. Less than that, 3%. Most people don't get a look at what's happening here. They just see what the final product looks like on the ship, right? And it is amazing what goes into it. We've invested a lot of time and money to give Brian, Robbie, the entire team, everything they need to put on these amazing shows, because entertainment has been and always will be a pillar of what Norwegian Cruise Line stands for. So I hope that you guys view this as an opportunity to get behind the tent, under the tent, behind the screen, inside the, hey there, I didn't see it before. Brennan, it's real. So please relax, enjoy this. We have a really, really fun day planned. You're gonna see some cool stuff. You might even get a gift.
Oh.
There's only a certain number, so behave.
Before we actually pull a full routine together. So the So bungees will respond very differently every single time you bounce on it. It's never the same twice. So sometimes when you fall off the bar and you go to grab the bungees and the bungees just happen to not be there because they've shifted, you end up missing. So you have to take extra bounces occasionally. But they manage it very well. So let's do double, okay? Ready? Hop. Kick. Kick. Open. Good. Nice. Up. Lean. Hold. Up. Very good. Nicely done. Ready. Up. Lean. Up. Woo. That was beautiful. That was very good.
Yeah, amazing. and the day has kicked off in an exciting way. We got a preview of the next iteration of the Elements show, and really got to see some of the behind the scenes for how they start to train the folks for like aerial acts. It's so fascinating, and just the beginning of the day. Very, very cool.
Years I've overseen Oceania and Regent, and now just Tri-brand. So looking into the future, we're looking at all three. In the back, we have Brian Bias. He's our manager of creative development. Brian and I both started. I started over probably 14 years ago. So we're headed now. We're going to cross over to the other building to start.
The washing machine.
Custom building for our cast members. It helps us take those original patterns and size them down in a way to kind of show how far we can size things down. This is Jesse Winter, who's our supervisor of theatrical costuming in the workroom. And this is Anna Kate Rendell, who is our alterations team leader.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Well, okay, so if you guys would like, we do have some fabrics out for you guys to feel. These are the fabrics that we've been working with for Revolution. So the process that we have that we're seeing here at this table, we have a mock-up who's made by our draper. So we have a draper, first hands, and stitchers. We do about 3,000 garments a month just for altering. Can we things like so these are for consumers. For them, also different sets of some different from those. So this is our preliminary. These are designs and swatch books we get from Jack's department in production. And then these are their final products that are built by our team in-house. Yeah. So we kind of wanted to show you the beginning of the end goal that you have in here.
So we left the building where we saw the Elements preview. Now we're in the costuming building, and this is where they're designing. Well, they're designed down the hall, but they're put together here. So fascinating.
Great.
Good.
Crafts workshop. So in here we actually do all the in-house painting, dyeing, distressing, aging, thermoplastics, millinery, or hat making. Yeah, basically we do also 3D printing. These are new that we're getting into. We also have a vacuum form machine. But yeah, anything that's not basic garment construction, we kind of fill in all the blanks there.
Wow.
So our titles are craft artisans. We're kind of like the jack of all trades and fill in everywhere. So yeah, if you guys look behind you, we actually have some things that we're making for the aqua. So this is a siren headpiece. Those one as well. I believe that's for the water. And then some hats for into the night.
So this area is really dedicated to all the pre-production, costume, and wardrobe-related work that's going to happen for the ships that are currently in Tampa. So behind you, you'll see our racking system. So the racking system is going to hold all of the costumes for the ships that are rehearsing in Tampa right now. It's going to be writing alteration cards and alteration notes. Annually, we probably fit about 9,000 shoes on a performer per year, on performers per year.
Very nice. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Fantastic. You have the whole group. Oh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terrence Phillips. I'm the logistics supervisor of theatrical costuming, and I accompany with my great friend Amy Steinmetz. She's our wardrobe maintenance coordinator. Anything entertainment related for all of our vessels, I send. All right, they get shipped from our space in our area. All of these thousands of items into the hands of the people that are costuming them every quick time. Do you guys have any questions?
So if you find a shoe that they want to use and then you get 20 of them, you just go down to pay less?
Hi, I'm Tanner. I supervise cosmetology here at Norwegian. So that's hair and makeup predominantly. we're responsible for the entire process from start to finish. So from design and inception to execution to sending it to the ship and getting it on stage. If you're a curly girl, that your curl matches you, your hairpiece, your wig, that it matches you. Color is also, of course, a really important thing to match. If it doesn't match, it's kind of strange. To accommodate every complexion. So a mixture of materials, synthetic and human. Synthetic dyes like fabric and human hair dyes like human hair. So hair color, if we follow our rates and with synthetic, we try not to have a process adventurous.
Great on you.
It's like Kevin Bacon gave up.
I do think that's like
Oh my god, that looks so real.
it does.
It's creeping me out. I love it.
That's awesome.
You're gonna have to fight
to the other building. Man, we've seen so much stuff though. We've seen cosmetics and wigs and costumes, and it's, gosh, you can almost can't really conceive everything that's going on in these buildings just to get a amazing show on a cruise ship, but it's pretty cool.
Or scheduling monthly maintenance for our aerial studios to make sure we can keep those performers safe, and handling maintenance for our instruments at sea, which surprisingly enough don't always stand up super well to salty sea air conditions. We work in a quieter part of the building, the far end over there, the last door, so it's a little bit quieter than here, but we still hear the music and love it. We pretty much ordered for work with them, named this shoe after myself,
Oh wow.
and this shoe after Katie. Cathoris is actually Catherine in Greek. So Katie, Catherine, and her last name Barker were all taken, so they came up with Greek Cathoris, and so we're super proud that these
So look in the costume warehouse.
Rehearsal operations is where all of the teams teaching the shows. So there's some start there. They have all so now we're going into costume store.
Oh,
Very cool.
holy. Wow. Gracie, I heard this looks like your closet.
I wish my closet was big.
So everyone, this is Emma. She's gonna tell you all about this beautiful space.
Hello everybody, welcome to Costume Storage. Before I get started, I just want to introduce my fabulous team over here. This is Felix. Felix is our go-to guy for all things inventory. He helps to create all the barcodes for new content coming in. This over here is Elena. Elena helps mostly with the offloading process. She helps to unpack all of the costumes that have been sent back to us from the ship. Last but not least, this is Jose. Jose helps out in here with restocking, inventory counts, and fulfilling orders for other departments.
So we're in the costume warehouse, and the numbers are staggering. 70,000 costumes. These are like the overflow for shows that are on the ship and past shows. 70,000 costumes, 15,000 pairs of shoes, 2,000 different styles of shoes. It is insane, and they have all of this on like a barcode system. They're able to quickly retrieve it. Yeah, it's wild. It's pretty cool, but man, I couldn't imagine being this organized. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. We get a little ship spotting here. A little model of the Norwegian Sun. How about that? Another ship model here. The Getaway. Ships everywhere. Pretty cool. It actually shows the ship that they're on. Oh yeah, we got a little lunch spread with a little Prince music in the background. It's a vibe, right? It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And then we got sodas and water. This looks good.
Thank you.
We started this adventure about 10:30. It's now a little bit after 1 o'clock. They're feeding us lunch, which is nice. And then we're gonna have a leadership panel here. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm excited. But yeah, check out this one. So they've got these cool bowls, like a deconstructed burrito almost, and a cupcake. All right, Tony from the future here. I just wanted to jump in. I debated whether or not to show you the full panel discussion, but as I've watched back through the footage, it's really fascinating. So I wanted you guys to see it. The conversation is from 4 of the leaders here at Norwegian Cruise Line. Starting on the left, it's the president of Norwegian Cruise Line, David Herrera. Next to David is Mark Hansley, who is the senior vice president of hotel operations. Next to Mark is Patty Wilcox, who is the conceiver and the choreographer and the director of the new print show Revolution. She also created the Element show. And then next to Patty is David White, who is the Vice President of Entertainment Productions. I believe that's the title. If I get the title wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, you know, the discussion starts out a little bit with the More at Sea program, but then it transitions into a conversation about how the creative process works at Norwegian. Super fascinating. Plus, there's a little Q&A at the end. I might even get a question in. So I'm going to show you the full conversation. Then after this conversation, we actually get to see a good part of the print show in the rehearsal area. I can't show you all of that, but I can show you a little bit. And then we got a gift. So there's still a little bit more to see here, but I just wanted to pop in and give you some context. And, you know, look, sometimes I live that corporate life, and sometimes you sit in these corporate panels and it's corporate speak, and, you know, it could be a little, you know, not that enticing. But that's why I wanted to encourage you to watch this, because it's not that. So yeah, let me show you this panel.
Recently launched the new brand positioning, Experience More at Sea. And can you tell us just a little bit more about what this is and what the guests can expect in 2025?
So Brian and I are going to have a competition as to who can say the word more. So if anyone could keep track, that would be greatly appreciated. So what is more? This is more. More access, more unique experiences, more transparency, and more opportunities to dialogue and build relationships. When we talk about more, it's not just, you know what, instead of happy or awesome, let's just use the word more. No, that is our new ethos. That is our commitment to our guests, to our partners, to our crew, to our team. It's all about providing more. I think everybody, we're all consumers, right? As a consumer, you always want just a little bit more of the stuff you like. But it's not just getting a little bit extra. It's about having more variety. It's about having more itineraries. It's about having more premium beverages as part of the More at Sea beverage package. It's about having more appetizers or desserts as part of the specialty dining package. When we think of more, what we're really thinking about is our customer, our partners, giving people the opportunity to enjoy more, to see more, to experience more. I think it is a great, not only a positioning for us as an organization or as a company, but literally it's just aspirational for us as a team to go above and beyond, be unique, be creative, give people more. That's what More at Sea means.
Mark, I'm going to go over to you because now More at Sea has gone live. So can you talk a little bit more about basically what the guest feedback has been and how it affects the innovation in the future?
Thank you, Julian. Hello, everybody. For those of you that I haven't met officially, I'm Mark Ansley. I run hotel operations with a great team that supports me, and I look forward to having all of you on board the Aqua to experience really what the team does. More at Sea, I'm going to say many more times than David is saying. But I want to start with its great value. I mean, it's $2,000 value that it brings for our guests, and it gives them the ability to do more on board ship. Formerly we had the ultimate beverage package and we had the premium beverage package. Only about 8% of the guests bought into the premium beverage package. So most of them had the ultimate beverage package, and if they wanted some of the more elevated brands, they had to purchase it. We've incorporated that in the new More at Sea beverage program. So we've enhanced, we've improved the beverage program. 45% of the brands that used to be in the premium package are now in the standard package. So the guests are getting more on the beverage package. By far I don't want to say in the industry, I want to say in the world, we have maybe the best beverage package out there and the best beverage program out there. We were speaking earlier about the different offerings. Starbucks, of course, is separate, but it is part of our beverage offering. And then specialty dining. Guests used to get two, if they were in a balcony cabin or both, 2 nights in our specialty outlets. With More at Sea, they now get 3 opportunities to to enjoy our specialty outlets, which is a great balance because that's almost half the cruise on a 7-day cruise. One night they would go to the buffet, and then the other 3 nights they get to enjoy in our complimentary outlets, which are also fantastic. We have Commodore, we have Hudson. I think many of you have experienced that on board Prima and Viva. Not only do they get 3 dining nights now, but up to 3 appetizers, up to 3 desserts, which is a lot more than they used to get. You counting them all? A lot more than they used to get before.
You're just padding your board.
We've also opened up with sides. Sides used to be an add-on and limitations, unlimited sides. So really, as from the dining perspective, they're getting more. The other more is, I really can't get in those is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is part of the package. We've enhanced and improved our Wi-Fi coverage, which is really in our table stakes. When you go on a cruise, you want to be connected, especially the influencers. You want to be able to live stream your videos. And you can do that with Starlink that we've rolled out on the entire Norwegian fleet. And as part of the More at Sea program, you do get the minutes. We listen to our guests because when we rolled out the program a couple of weeks ago, on cruises 12 days and above, it's only 150 minutes. We heard our guests that under the old program, they used to get 300 minutes. So we increased that. Again, we listened to our guests, we heard them, we listened to them. We've increased that to 300 minutes. And we did it, when I say we, it was the man next door, and I did it immediately. We got the feedback. He said, Mark, we're making the change. Couldn't be done systematically immediately. We did it manually, and we followed up with the systems to support it afterwards. Entertainment, leave for them to improve, to speak about. There's going to be more entertainment on Aqua. The program rolled out very, very smoothly through the fleet, and there's been great feedback about it.
Wonderful. And Brian, let's stick with this topic of more. Can you tell us how this impacts the approach to entertainment?
Yeah, I like to think about entertainment as providing guests with more firsts and more favorites, right? We have things that we're innovating on, that we're elevating, that we're researching. We have some fantastic creative teams that are constantly working on new ideas, but we also have things that our guests absolutely love, right? We have things that our guests tell us time and time again, this is the experience I want to have on my cruise. And so the approach that, my team and I have taken is, how can we give guests more of those firsts, right? More of those things that are new to cruise, new to industry, maybe new to the world, but balance that with things that are those favorites and give them those classic experiences. Maybe we elevate them, maybe we enhance them, maybe we put a little bit of a production value on them, but really making sure that we're thinking about how to give them more firsts and more favorites. The other thing that's really important for us is the entertainment on board a ship is not just the theater, right? That's how some of those other lines out there think about their entertainment. They say, we're gonna stuff you in the theater and then we're gonna shovel you out of the theater into a restaurant. That's not us. We think about the whole guest experience, the whole guest journey. We program the ships every part of the day for every member of the family to think about, how can we give you more offerings that are outside of the theater? How can we add production value to our youth and family programs, to our pool parties, to our nightclub experiences? And so you're really going to see over the course of this year, you're really going to see as you embark on Norwegian Aqua, that we are really focused on delivering more, not just in the theater, but more entertainment around the entire vessel.
And it sounds like you've really been listening to the guest feedback to really continue to be a leader in the industry. So I want to continue talking about entertainment for just a moment here, if you don't mind. Next, I want to talk about how we develop the new shows for Norwegian Cruise Line and basically walk us through inception all the way through to execution.
We don't have enough time for me to do that. But what I will say is, first of all, as Mark highlighted, guest feedback is critically important. And what our guests have told us, and you're going to get sick of hearing me say this, is that our guests want 3 things out of their shows. They want music that they recognize, right? They want artists that they know and love. They want visual spectacle so that it doesn't matter what language they speak or what age they are. there's going to be something from the video to the costumes to the lighting for them to see. And they want narratives that are easy to follow. They do not want to sit in a theater for 2 hours and follow 15 characters and 17 different storylines and it all resolves in a kiss. That's what we moved on from that, right? And so we are really looking to create new show concepts and new entertainment that meets those guest requirements. And we're constantly partnering with our teams in marketing, with Adam's team, to really make sure that we're understanding not just a theoretical NCL guest, but an actual NCL guest, what they are telling us they want to see. And then we are taking the fantastic creative minds in-house here in Tampa, and we are delivering on those concepts. So the short version of how do we create a show, we typically start about 18 months before a guest will ever see anything on a stage. We spend time really evaluating the concepts internally, making sure that they work, making sure that they kind of hold up. Then we'll go to what we call a workshop process. And that's a process where we have fabulous creative partners like Patty who are able to come in and what we call put a show up on its feet, right? And that's where we're really figuring out, does the concept work? What's the flow of the show going to be? What's the vocabulary? What's the language of the show? And that basically tells us, do we even have a show? Great to have a concept on a PowerPoint somewhere, but you really have to see it in order to know whether or not you have a show. And then from there, if we've got something, we start putting together creative teams, design teams, we move into preliminary designs, we start casting, we move into a final design process, we bring folks in here to rehearse in Tampa, we put technical teams out on board our ships with designers, we have to install all of this stuff on a moving ship without disrupting the guest experience, and then all of that culminates in opening night. So it's a process. Our team is the best in the world at doing it.
As you know, with launching, as you know, we are about to launch Norwegian Aqua with 2 brilliant shows, both displayed right here and both done by Patty. So Patty, I want to talk to you next. How are these shows going to be different than any of the shows that we've ever offered aboard our fleet?
Well, if I start with Revolution, I think what's interesting is to create a different choice. I call it a theatrical concert. When we go to the theater, we typically sit. When we go to a concert, we typically stand. If you take those two ideas and put them together, we have a theatrical concert. So when the guests come in, they have immersive choice. They can view from a balcony, or they can stand on the dance floor, and they can participate to whatever extent they'd like to participate. Prince is the first time it's ever been done, ever, in this kind of capacity. And I'm going to try to use the word more now, but I'm just going to try to use it once, although I'm highly competitive. The thing about, I think, bringing Prince into the piece is, first, his work is so prolific, and I think also that it's going to be different because we are asking and inviting the audience to be with us on this journey. Prince played in the first song you're going to hear tonight. It's called For You today. It's called For You. It is a very short song. There are 27 instruments in it, and Prince played all 27 instruments.
Wow.
All 27, and it is a very short piece. So I think what it's going to be differently is that we're going to give the guests choice, and we're going to give them a show they've not seen in this capacity on any ship, celebrating this icon who has not been paid tribute to in this world enough, I'll say. Yeah.
And Patty, I'm going to stick with you here as well, because I want to talk about elements. Why was it the right show to revise and refresh? And I also want to know really how it's going to be different from how the world expanded is going to be different from just elements.
I think it was a great time to expand elements because it's nonverbal. It's multi-generational, and it has a global appeal. And I think when I went back and looked at it, I thought I would love to update the video, create more costumes, I've changed some numbers in it. There are different perspectives of, and actually extremes of, the gentleness of water to the turbulence of water, and just to create more extremes. So we have new costumes, we have new numbers, we have new videos, we have new spectacle, I will say, we have new spectacle, and we have a spectacular audience. But it really is the global appeal. You know, one of my jobs whenever I sit in a theater is to watch the audience. I stop watching who's on stage and I start watching the audience. And are they shuffling in their seats? Are they leaning into the action? Are they sitting away from the action? And then it's my job to go, what can I tweak here? What can I change? So they're always involved in what's happening.
I think one of the things that's really interesting about what Patty has done with the Aqua Theater, because of how the theater itself is designed, based on where you're sitting for elements, you're going to also have a completely different experience, right? If you're sitting down on deck 6, closer to the stage, you're really going to be really up close and personal with the performers, and you're gonna feel some things, sometimes quite literally, versus someone who's sitting a little farther back. You're going to have a more traditional theatrical experience. So again, we really thought through this theatrical program for the Aqua about giving guests choice, and that also means you can come back to these shows multiple times and have a completely different experience. And we really want to make sure that we're giving that variety of choice to the guests.
And it's truly maximizing the use of the theater and all the bells and whistles in it, which is wonderful. It's not just sitting in a proscenium state theater. So Mark, I want to talk to you beyond the entertainment. What to you is the biggest standout new offering that we're going to have on board Norwegian Aqua?
You sure you want to know about Aqua, not Luna?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Too
Sorry
soon.
about that. Thank you. I'm going to had a heart attack. Where you step? We like to mix it up, keep it fresh as we deliver a new ship. I think many of you, if not all of you, were on Prima, and it was a totally different class for us, and we had some great new concepts. Palomar, which was my favorite, came out with Prima. Indulge, which was again one of my favorites, and I think a favorite of many of our clientele and of our guests, came out with Prima. But we really didn't do anything different for Viva. Now Aqua, the ship was 22 meters longer. I think you're aware of it. It's 22 meters longer than Prima and Viva, and it gave us an opportunity to listen to our guests a little and to say, you know, what worked on Prima and Viva. What would we like to change? What new concepts are out there that we think are going to meet the needs of our guests and are going to be, you know, something that we, as a brand, we want to stand behind. Plant-based is becoming very, very, very popular. So we didn't think yet that it would be a standalone, fully fledged restaurant. So we put Plantery into Indulge. I think it's going to prove to be too popular for Indulge, and on another future iteration of the vessel, we're going to have to make it a standalone outlet. But I think Plantery is going to be very, very, very popular. I think the highlight from the culinary perspective, though, is going to be Sukhothai, which is our new Thai restaurant, which is going to be debuted on Aqua in the space that was previously the Food Republic on Prima and Viva. For those of you that are familiar with that, I think that is going to be the from the culinary perspective, the highlight, the new highlight. But I think everybody should take the time while you're on board and go to Palomar, because Palomar remains my favorite.
You know, I've never dined there.
I can get you a seat.
Wonderful. I'm going to take this chance to reach into the audience here. Do any of you have any questions at this point? I'm sure there are burning questions.
I don't have a question, but David won 20-16.
Fantastic. I was worried towards the end there. I saw he was. Before we say questions, I just want to say one thing. Was anybody else just completely focused when Patty and Brian were talking about entertainment? Because the passion, the authentic love of what they do was coming out. I am so proud to be on this panel and be part of this organization. I mean, it really is impressive. Thank you for being here for it, but this is who we are as an organization, and they embody.
And I think that culture permeates throughout this entire.
They're going to feel that passion very
100%.
soon in the next part of this, and we go and you actually experience the show. It's truly fantastic. I got the chills and it was only rehearsal.
Love it.
It was only rehearsal.
Love
So I think we had some questions out here. Let's start over here.
Yeah, just a quick question, and maybe off target, but so the last time I was on NCL, I saw the Donna Summer show. And now we're progressing a few years in popularity in terms of sweet spot, in terms of Prince being a few years later than Donna Summer. A few years in his high popularity years. And now you go back and forth because, it's all through the deserts even later than Prince. But for the most part, they all have multi-generation appeal, what you're doing.
Yes.
But you seem to be also aiming for a certain sweet spot in age, perhaps. Is it 3 years later, you move up 3 or 4 years, or how does it? We're no longer having the Glenn Miller. You know what I mean? We're not having 21st century performers either.
It's a fair question. I love how Brian broke out the three components of what our guests are looking for, and I'd love for you to expand on that a little bit if need be. I just think that somebody like Prince is multi-generational, and one of my sons, he loves to play Guitar Hero.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked, and he actually plays guitar and regular guitar, and he was playing songs like Supertramp. He's playing songs like, dude, how are you even aware these songs exist? And the crazy thing about Prince, we've been listening to a lot of Prince in the car. They know all the words, and so do you. Yeah. And so does the generation right above ours. So I don't consider us trying to land on a sweet spot as far as age is concerned. I think talent is talent. And whether it's, for me personally, I'd love it if we did Bob Seger, because I'm a huge Bob Seger fan. Not everybody loves Bob Seger from Detroit, Mike, but Prince is one of those artists who transcend so much. And I'll do it for you. Patty's going to talk to you guys before the show starts. And she did it for me the first time I saw the show. And I listened to everything she said. I thought, okay, that's interesting. I recommend, I suggest that you listen to what Patty describes about what the experience is going to be. And I think not only will you get more out of it, but it'll reinforce a little bit of what we're trying to accomplish in life. Okay?
We have another question over.
How challenging was it to get the Prince people to cooperate? Were they interested in working with the cruise line or reluctant?
Yeah, it definitely is, I think, a testament to the quality of the work that our teams have done here for many, many years, largely under the direction of Mr. Robert Hertenstein, who I want to acknowledge. The relationships that Robbie has had and the ability to be able to bring in folks who want to work with us. And Patty's vision, when she presented it to the Prince estate, it was a no-brainer. I'll be honest with you, it's one of the shortest and easiest negotiations I think I've ever been involved with, because they recognize the vision, they recognize the quality, they recognize what the guest experience was going to be. We brought them here last May, just before David saw the show, or just after David saw the show, and we sat with them before seeing the show, and they saw the show, and we sat with them after. And it truly was a transformational experience, just sort of hearing their stories and their memories and their recollection. And you've got the nephew here, and it really is an authentic partnership where anything that we've asked for, they have been right on board. Any approvals that we've asked for, we get them right away. And they're just so bought into Patty's vision and what she's doing. But I think it's a testament to the quality of what we do here at NCL. And we think it's really going to be a part of our winning formula going forward as we continue to pay tribute and celebrate artists that we know our guests know and love. They'll be able to see that someone of a caliber as Prince's estate wants to play with NCL. I think everybody's going to want to play with us.
And Patty and I yesterday were just talking about this. Quality doesn't happen overnight. So this has been a vision of yours for quite some time, correct?
7 years.
7 years.
Oh, wow.
7
It's
years.
been in the making for 7 years, essentially.
And I think you just keep going forward. That's the whole thing. If you really love something and believe in it, you're like, I'm just going to keep moving forward one step at a time to get it over the goal. And with NCL, I mean, this collaboration is incredibly important. And so I want to say a personal thank you to NCL for this, and also to the Prince Estate for allowing a new collaboration. So.
Well, I was going to ask whose idea it was, but I guess now we know. But why did it take 7 years to bring it to fruition?
Well, sometimes it's just about getting in the door in the beginning. To be quite honest, it's like presenting something. And one of the processes we went through was it was an idea, and then it was an idea on paper, and then it was a videotape of me during COVID in the corner of my room. Seriously, that was sent to them, and it was a Zoom, and it was all of us just. It was an easy process. I've been involved with this 4 or 5 estates, and this was a very, very easy process.
I want to make one comment on that. It was when Patty brought her pad of paper about the show and just talked about Prince and her passion for Prince that won them over. That's truly what won us over, was her passion.
It may have been that I said I did MTV videos for $100 dancing on concrete at night.
Which is true.
Do we have any other questions? Yes.
My question is more general for all of you, but especially for Patty. Something that's really fun to talk to various people about today are the intricate little unexpected adjustments you have to make when you're making entertainment on a ship. There was talking about motion and landing. For you, getting into designing entertainment for cruise lines, what are the unexpected logistical things for you to adjust to that have surprised you or delighted you over the years?
Well, everything has delighted me about the ship, because it's what you have to make adjustments for is just where the ground is. You have to make adjustments for how you land when you come out of a jump, just technically speaking. My first idea was that people would zip line in, and so it was like, zip line from the back of the house. We may not want to zip line over the audience, but it's the adjustments are made for the dancers because of how these are tough dancers, and they're working very, very hard. So I don't think you make adjustments for the audience. That's not the adjustment you make. You make the adjustment for how to work and where the ship is in space in terms of where you land out of a jump or how you turn.
So like with cruising, there's tons of trends, right? Trends in ship design, trends in food, trends in entertainment. I'm not long cruiser, less than 10 years, and you hear about the good old days, that kind of thing. How do you see the evolution of entertainment going forward? Is the cruiser of today, the new cruiser of today, vastly different than what the expectation was for a cruiser 20 years ago? And how does that look going forward?
So I would say, for me, the one thing that has remained true about cruisers and entertainment, you have to think about someone who's choosing to take a cruise vacation, right? You're choosing to take this sort of prepackaged vacation with set stops, and that individual is someone who is predetermined to have their behavior directed, right? That's the type of vacation you're selecting. And so we think about that in how we design entertainment to really make sure we've thought through every part of the day for someone who's going to be on our ships, so that, quite frankly, our guests don't have to do a lot of thinking. That has not changed. That has been the same in the industry. I think what is evolving is, preferences around technology and how technology is integrated into the entertainment experience. Interestingly, we did a study last year, and we got the results were a bit surprising, where guests were telling us, actually, I want less of my phone. I don't necessarily want you putting the trivia in my eyes and in my devices all the time. I'm here on vacation to connect with my loved ones. I'm here to get away from all the technology. So I think as those technology trends start to evolve, we're going to find a balance, right? We're going to integrate technology into our shows and experiences in smart ways, but we're going to do it in a way that is not intrusive to the guest experience and really enhancing in ways that they're telling us they want those enhancements.
And overall, when you stop and you look at the demographics, it's not the same demographics as 20 years ago. You hear about Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z. We are growing in the younger generations. They are cruising more. One of the things that I sincerely feel we have a competitive advantage at Norwegian Cruise Line is the flexibility to design your own vacation. Going back to more, giving you more options. You don't want to have trivia on your phone? Great. It won't be on your phone. If you want to go and see The Price is Right, if you want to go and watch Let's Make a Deal, great. If you want to travel in a multi-generational group and everybody goes and does whatever they're going to do during the day, and then at night sits down at dinner with Mark at Palomar to have Dover sub. Is Dover sub your favorite dish there?
No, it would have to be the calamari.
Calamari is pretty solid.
You got it?
The Dover sub is my favorite. But the idea of everyone customizes their own vacation. One of the advantages that we have is that we have the means to do that. We have the different platforms, we have the different venues, we have the different itineraries. It's about providing people more options to do more of what they want to do. There is no one set cruise passenger. Never has been. But today, more than ever, you're talking about a very diversified, very, whether it's age, group size, whatever the case might be, we're here for all of them, and we're proud of it.
And something that Brian brought up right at the beginning, and I think it's evolving more so that we are going to go out, where the guests want to be entertained where they are, as opposed to us bringing them into a location to entertain them. So in the past, it was a lot about bringing them into the theater and entertaining them in the theater, whereas going forward, and what is a big focus for Brian and his team is to, and Julie is very a big part of that, is taking the entertainment out to the masses, taking them out to the locations around the ship where the guests are, as opposed to having them come to one specific area. So entertaining them all over the vessel.
And it all comes down to another thing. I guess we're quoting Brian a lot today. When Brian talks about the research and the rigor that we put into it. You know what? I like Bob Seger. I think I mentioned that already. But it's, from Michigan. But it's about our guests. It's about understanding what our guests want. It's about listening to our guests. It's about getting that real-time feedback from our guests and from our partners, making those adjustments. We talked about the 150 instead of 150, 300 minutes. Yeah, okay. We went out with something. We got feedback from our guests, and we changed it. And we changed it specifically because our partners and our guests told us that. We're here to provide our guests with a unique experience. We're here to be the easiest cruise line to do business with, and you can't do either unless you're open to receiving feedback.
Absolutely.
Do you have any other questions?
I was just curious, for a headlining show like these that I'm sure are going to be very popular, how do you match venue capacity to customer demand so that everyone can see these shows without having to waste a lot of their cruise, waiting in line or something like that?
Julie, you want to take that?
Yes.
Sure. We are offering the show multiple times throughout the cruise, and what's unique about this is that in the Prince show in particular, the floor will be open, so we are going to be able to get even more capacity in there, and you'll have the choice to either sit or to stand and watch the show. But offering it multiple times will avoid any lines like that. And what else is really nice is we have some pre-show experiences for our guests to enjoy, which will be a little bit different than what you've seen in the past. So it's another unique opportunity. Steph, did you want to? Oh, no. Yeah, go ahead.
Question for Dave, Eric with Travels. Just curious what sort of message or piece of advice you'd like to pass on to the travel advisor community when it comes to seeing more in these new entertainment shows.
Well, my good friend Mr. John Chernesky is right here. So is Brendan, so is Derek, and we have a few partners here. Thank you all for coming. I actually mentioned it earlier. Our goal is to be the easiest cruise line to do business with. John likes to give us a scorecard, and he is brutally honest. We're really good at some things, we're going to get better at others. I look forward to deepening and broadening the relationship with all of our travel partners. We're here because we want to be a good partner. That's just, it could be a word. Just say you want to be a good partner. I think you demonstrate it by acting like a good partner, by providing that platform where you can actually have a dialogue and hopefully customize a solution or focus in on an opportunity. So we're here to be your partner. That's what my message is.
You're on.
Yeah, mine's a really simple one. I think that you might have people who have never sailed on something or Viva. We're talking a lot about the theater and how dynamic it is. So I was wondering if somebody, maybe Julie or Brian can really speak to how we can leverage the theater in so many different ways. I think it's going to be very important by the time we go to the next room.
Yeah, this theater can do it all. It can make you dinner, this theater. Boy, oh boy. It is really a special space. We actually call it the theater and club because it is both of those things. So one of the things that's really exciting about the space is that all of the seating in the theater is fully retractable. So you could walk into the theater and there could be no seats on the floor whatsoever, and it's a completely standing room venue. For what you're going to see for Revolution, it's basically kind of half and half, where the seats are retracted and there's some seating, but then there's a large sort of concert area on the floor. We have different configurations and different kind of varieties of what we're able to do there. In addition to that, we have our fantastic chandeliers. Every one of the Prima ships, we evolved the design of the chandelier that's above you. I won't give anything away in terms of what this chandelier is going to look like, but it is truly special. And what's really been exciting is I have been harassing Patty every time I get to make sure those chandeliers are integrated into all of our shows. So as she's been working with the designers, you're going to see when those chandeliers come to life, they are part of the show. They become their own character and their own spectacle within the show. This versatile venue, what it allows us to do is not only present these high quality, really high spectacle theatrical experiences, but some of the coolest nightclub experiences you've ever seen. I'll give you a little hint. After the fourth performance of Prince of Revolution on board Norwegian Aqua, the theater is going to transform into a pop life after party. And you're going to feel like you are inside of an MTV music video. You're going to be back there with Patty in her days doing that. It is going to truly be an exciting experience where we take guests late night, all in one venue, multiple transformative experiences, and we're really excited to continue to elevate that and give guests more great entertainment on Norwegian Aqua.
Damn it, he's up there. I just got one more thing to say. Actually, I don't have. No, I don't have any more to say. I'm fine. Thank you.
We have time for probably one or two more questions. We'll take one on the side.
5505.
Approximately.
55.
And elements?
52.
52.
Can I ask a follow-up to that? Sorry, it's interesting because the trend for a lot of other cruise lines seems to be shorter and shorter shows. A lot don't seem to have attention span for more than 30 or 40 minutes at a time. So how do you decide on the proper length for a show?
I think if you look at a Norwegian guest, right, who has a level of taste and expects a level of quality and is used to seeing some of our shows that are 2 hours long, that we are definitely leaning into that trend. We are not Carnival Cruise Line that's presenting an 18-minute review of some songs that nobody has ever heard of. We do quality at Norwegian Cruise Line.
We're pretty direct there, Brian. I'm sure they're not going to write that down.
Shots. Pretty good soundbite.
It's going to fly by. You're going to be sitting there that 52 minutes. You're going to look at your watch and say, "I want more show." That's how fantastic this one is.
And they do get more because they get the experience of it.
You got a pre-show experience, a post-show experience. We give it to you all.
So in 55 minutes straight run, there is.
Correct.
You know what? See the show, and are we doing the whole disclaimer that this is the final show, the venue, all that
Correct,
stuff?
yeah.
You can do that later.
Yeah.
Check out the show, see how long it feels, see how long it lasts, and tell me you wouldn't wish you could stick around for another 20 minutes since you're only going to see half of it.
For sure, for sure. We'll take one more question on the side.
Hi, do you feel like these shows are sort of signaling moving like away from doing Broadway shows on board?
Yeah, we listen to our guests, and we don't. We build ships almost every year for the next. In fact, every year for the next 4 years, we're going to be launching a ship, and we're always going to get guest feedback. We have a lot of excitement, a lot of energy around this show. We have a couple others in the pipeline. It's not that we're moving away or towards anything. We're listening to our guests. We're listening to our partners. We want to give our guests more experiences and more opportunities to enjoy what they told us they want. So That's where we end up.
And ultimately, it's about quality for us, and it's about the caliber of talent that we're able to bring in. Patty just recently opened a Broadway show. You don't get higher caliber directing and choreography talent than Patty Wilcox. And so it's about the quality of the people we're able to bring in, the quality of the designers we're able to work with, the quality of the team that we have here in-house who's creating all of these creative concepts. So we're going to continue to deliver the music that guests love. We're going to deliver shows that don't have complex narratives. We're going to deliver visual spectacle. We're going to do it all through the lens of quality and continue to offer our guests more.
Wonderful. Thank you. This has been super informative today, and I hope you
All right, so we've transferred out of lunch. We're going to actually get to see a preview of Revolution, which is pretty exciting. Look, she's excited. You excited? What's your favorite Prince song?
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Maybe they'll do that. I don't know. I hope so.
Electric word like it means forever. That's a mighty long time, but I'm here to tell you there's something else. That won't let me get better because shame my friendship had to win. Purple rain.
We just previewed the Revolution show. Amazing. This has been a really incredible day. It's not really over yet. Now we're heading back to the hotel, and then we have more events tonight, or another event tonight. So then they just told us about a surprise special gift. I have to show you this in a minute, but wow, it was so crazy. But really good. All right, we are back from the studio. Shall we look at Tampa real quick? Hello, Tampa. Tampa skyline. I think the water's on the other side. Look, here's the special gift. The secret gift. But I can't show it to you yet. I'll show it to you later. Gotta be ready for dinner. It's 7:15. It's about 5 p.m. There's a coffee shop downstairs, so I'm gonna go see if I can snag a coffee and rest up a little bit and get changed for dinner. So it's like being on a cruise, man. There's a lot going on, but man, it's a very exciting day. So coffee. Oh wow, here's a special treat. We got a cruise ship out there making its way to sea. It's pretty far out there, but how cool is that? A little ship spotting here. There we go. The nectar of the gods. Coffee. It's what's for dinner. No, I don't know what's for dinner, but 2 hours to take a break, and we'll be back. All right, a couple hours have elapsed. Time for dinner. Here's the fit check. Oh yeah. I'm wearing a jacket. I sent Genevieve a picture. She said I look like a snack. I feel like I look like a family-sized bag of chips, but I'll take a snack. Yeah, I'm a snack. It's crazy. I get whatever wanting.
That is actually my favorite thing. Wasps are a real problem.
Wasp, that's the worst.
This person's in the bathroom.
Getting there. I'm gonna be like 2.5. What's in the box? We're about to find out. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, Friday the 31st of January. All that stuff I showed you, the visit to the creative studios, took place on the 30th, Thursday. And what a cool event. You know, this hasn't been done before. This is the first time that Norwegian Cruise Line's kind of opened up and let people come in and see their creative space. There was a few YouTubers like me there. There were people from the press. There were some partners that work with Norwegian Cruise Line. And a really cool event, and a really unique event for the production process of a show and what they do there. all those folks that were performing in that Revolution cast, they're leaving in 2 days to go to Italy to board the Aqua. Big shout out to Adam. I'm pretty sure Adam was one of the big reasons why this event happened. Shout out to my partner over there, Mike, who I work with at Norwegian Cruise Line. They gave us so much access to so many great people in their leadership team and their creative team. It was really cool. And now let's open this gift. Now the box is taped up, so I'm going to use my handy dandy deconstructed Swiss Army knife that I keep in my wallet. I'll leave a link for this. This is one of my favorite travel pieces. So far, I've been able to get on cruise ships and airplanes and all that. I think it's because the blade size is so small. Oh, wow. Check that out. Purple Rain album art on a disc. And it says Norwegian Cruise Line Revolution, a celebration of Prince, premiering on Norwegian Aqua. That's cool. Pretty cool. Everybody that attended got one of those. Yeah, wow. Thanks, Norwegian Cruise Line, for having this event, and thanks for the invite. Please do more. Please do more. Really neat to get a peek behind the scenes at the creative. I love the shows, so this was a great day for me. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the peek behind the scenes. Also, if you enjoyed this kind of cruising content, please subscribe for more. Hit that like button on the way out. This is Tony for La Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.